Hey everyone, we got some brand new Dragon Quest VII Reimagined news from Japanese gaming website GameSpark, who recently had an interview with Dragon Quest VII Reimagined producer Teeshi Chiwa. Now, a lot of people have been asking, why is Dragon Quest VII the one that's getting the remake? A lot of people thought, obviously, next in line would be Dragon Quest IV, or maybe Dragon Quest VI, depending on what order they do the Zenithian Trilogy remakes in, and a lot of people have also been thinking maybe Dragon Quest IX. Even back when Dragon Quest XI first came out, the developers of the Dragon Quest series expressed interest in doing a Dragon Quest IX remake on the Switch. A Dragon Quest IX remake would be absolutely phenomenal as long as they don't mess up the online co-op features, like they unfortunately did with the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles remake. Dragon Quest IX originally had local co-op if you all had the game and had your DSs within a certain proximity. So to be able to play through this co-op with my friends online would just be an amazing experience. Instead of having to all be in the same room, all my friends now live in different towns and cities, so it'd be nice to just hook up and play through Dragon Quest IX this way. Now, if you love Dragon Quest IX, you love the idea of playing through co-op, be sure to check out Dragon Quest X. I did do a video guide right here on my channel on how to play Dragon Quest X in English for free, and now is the best time to play it because guess what? You can get all of versions 1 through 3 for free and most of version 4. That is almost 4 complete Dragon Quest games for free, and you can play them co-op online with your friends or by yourself if you'd rather go that route. If you like Dragon Quest videos, JRPG videos, top 10 videos, reviews, podcasts, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn notifications to all. Be sure to hype the video if you're on mobile because that helps out so much. Now let's get into the article itself, talking about why Dragon Quest VII Reimagined was started in the first place. So when asked the reasoning as to why Dragon Quest VII was the one that was being reimagined, producer Teeshi Chiwa went on to explain how gaming stories have gotten a lot darker than they used to, and how it's kind of the norm now to have more dark storytelling, especially in JRPGs. When speaking with GameSpark, he said, "We decided to launch the project for Dragon Quest VII Reimagined because we felt that the game's unique atmosphere and tone would resonate especially well with players today." Back when it first came out, 7 was often said to have more dark and sorrowful episodes compared to other entries in the series. But nowadays, players are much more accustomed to games with darker stories. I believe that through this new version, modern players will be able to feel 7's story and the emotions of the characters even more deeply. So there you have it. That is the main reason why Dragon Quest VII was the one chosen for a remake. I also wonder if this is kind of testing the waters for Dragon Quest XII being a bit darker. A lot of the more modern Dragon Quest games and even remakes are more kind of happy-go-lucky. There's obviously the odd dark story here and there, but for the most part, they're charming. They don't get too dark and dire, but Dragon Quest VII has a ton of really dark stories, and I honestly feel like the dark stories make the uplifting moments feel even better, personally. My favorite writer, Peter David, who passed away recently, implemented both this style and the opposite in all of his writing. If you can add levity and make your audience laugh, it makes those darker moments feel so much darker, and the opposite is absolutely true. And that is why I love Dragon Quest VII so much. There's so many excellent stories that'll absolutely rip your heart out, and when you overcome those tragedies, or when you come to a new story and you can make those characters' lives so much better, it just feels so good. There's a lot of stories in Dragon Quest VII where you might leave that community better off than they were originally, but they still aren't at a happy place. And that's kind of how life is sometimes. Sometimes you just got to be happy with what you've got despite the difficulties. I feel like Dragon Quest VII carries so many different stories that there's bound to be a story that resonates with you. So if you've never played Dragon Quest VII before, or you've played previous versions of Dragon Quest VII, I definitely implore you to check out the reimagining and see how you like this, because it does look like they're going to be streamlining some of the storylines that don't tie in as much as the others. They're going to be getting rid of some of the filler content, and they're going to be expanding the best content that the game already had to offer. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on Dragon Quest VII Reimagined and why they're remaking it. Do you think it is to get people prepared for Dragon Quest XII. Remember, they said Dragon Quest XII is going to have some darker tones to the storytelling. Do you think it was just to test out this reimagined engine? And what do you think of the reimagined engine? Do you want to see the Zenithian Trilogy remade in HD 2D, or would you prefer it to be this reimagined style? Personally, I would honestly prefer this reimagined style. It looks so good in my opinion, and I would love to see Dragon Quest IV, which is one of my favorite games of all time, in this reimagined style. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, subscribe, turn notifications to all, hype if you're on mobile to help boost exposure. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.